Hello guys, welcome back to Car Obsession and welcome to another walk around. This time you join me with the Subaru Outback. So as always, I will take you around the car, talk you through the specification and also give you my initial thoughts. So yes, here we go. Let me take you around the car. So the Outback is available in two trim levels, SE or SE Premium. I have the SE Premium, which has loads of features, which I will talk through in due course. Now the SE starts from 30,000, well, just above £30,000. I think it's £30,010 if I'm not mistaken. But as I mentioned, I have the SE Premium, which starts from £33,025. Now, I will just briefly touch upon the engines and the gearbox because you don't really have much choice. There's only one engine you can have. It is a 2.5 litre boxer engine, and the gearbox is a CVT automatic. So as part of the SE Premium, you get LED headlights, you get 18-inch alloys, you get the Outback logo on the bodywork as well. And of course you get some rugged cladding for the outside of the car to give it better durability and really, make the car look more rugged, which is what Subarus are all about, being tough, rugged and generally outdoorsy. So you've got front fog lamps as well, as you've probably spotted. So let me take you inside the car. Just quickly, as I mentioned, I have 18-inch alloys. If you go for the SE, you get 17-inch alloys. But apart from that, the specification differences between the SE and the SE Premium aren't quite as large as you may expect. Now let me step inside. I've got keyless entry as standard. There we go, the car is now open. So, as standard, you get black leather interior. The front seats are heated, which on a day like today you don't need because it's rather warm in the UK. It is wonderful. Summer is finally here, thank God. Also get a leather steering wheel as well. You do get nice soft touch materials in here, but the interior, when I first saw it, I must admit, I thought, oh, that looks quite nice. But when you actually step inside and interact with some of their materials, it does feel a little bit cheap, if I'm going to be honest. Now, with that in mind, let me step into the car, like so. I will keep the door open just because it is quite hot today and I don't want to cook in here. So the inside, to begin with, it looks pretty agreeable. You have an 8-inch touchscreen, you've got gloss black plastics, you've got silver detailing, more black detailing, and you've also got this brushed metal effect on the center console. And when I stepped in, I did think, oh, that looks classy, but touch it and... Now, guys, I'm not disappointed it's plastic because, to be honest, I expected that. What I am disappointed about is the quality of the plastic. It's just, it feels quite flimsy, cheap, brittle, and on the inside lip here, just on the inside, you can't see it, it feels rough and unfinished. So yeah, not a massive fan of that. You've also got the same material around the gear selector. Again, quite nasty, scratchy material. The gloss black detailing is quite nice. Oh, just knocked the camera. The gloss black detailing is quite nice, but yeah, some of the interior touches in here aren't really pleasing. And the sunglasses holder. Oh, take my sunglasses out. Again, that feels really brittle, and I'll be honest, it doesn't exactly scream quality at me. However, it's not all bad news in here because, oh, that won't close. There we go. So you do get a soft touch dashboard. I know some of you don't care about a soft touch dashboard, but it just helps to give a bit of extra quality. You also get leather on the door cards, perforated leather on the upper part of the door card, and yes, you get more soft touch material. So it isn't really bad in here, but compared to a German rival, yeah, the Outback isn't really in the same league, if you ask me. However, what this car lacks in interior quality, it certainly makes up for with the amount of equipment on offer, because it has got loads. So I've mentioned the 8-inch touchscreen. In fact, let me just fire up the ignition. Press it once more. I agree. Let me turn that off. So you've got dual zone climate control. You've got navigation supplied by TomTom. Let me turn the radio off. So let me take you to the home screen. These buttons on the outside, they are touch sensitive. In my experience, they're not too much of a faff to operate when you're on the move, but you know, I would prefer physical buttons, but that's personal preference. But yes, you've got the navigation supplied by TomTom. You've got smartphone connectivity as well. My phone isn't plugged in because I'm using it to record this audio, but you've got Bluetooth as well. There we go. Galaxy S8 phone ready, and you can change the device. You've got DAB radio, you've got Bluetooth, so you've got all your kind of standard mod cons that you would expect in a brand new car. The touchscreen, I quite like the display. Is it the crispest? No, but I don't think it's I don't think it's offensive in any shape or form. It is a little bit laggy, and it isn't the slickest system around. But oh, hello. It's okay. Yeah, it's relatively fast, but I must admit it can be a little bit slower than this. So I think the touchscreen, it realises it's being filmed, so it wants to put in a good display. But yes, the touchscreen can be a little bit laggy at times, if I'm going to be honest. But is it the worst touchscreen I've used? No. So I haven't got any real complaints. Do I need to have the car on to access the... No, okay. Oh, sorry guys, it's moaning, so I took the car out of park. Let me quickly turn the engine on so I can show you the reversing camera. Oh, for God's sake, is it because my door's closed? There we go. So you do have a reversing camera. The quality and the clarity, turn the radio off. The quality and the clarity isn't fantastic, if I'm going to be honest, but you know, it should be enough to stop you bumping into things. One thing that does annoy me though is you get a reversing camera, which is great, but you don't get any parking sensors. So you don't get front or rear parking sensors, which, you know, does irk me a little bit, because a camera's great, but I would like to also have the kind of beep 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 beep, beep of sensors as well. I know some parking sensors can be a little bit too sensitive, but I'd rather have parking sensors that are too sensitive as opposed to having none at all. However, you do have this button down here where you can change the view. So you do have a side view monitor, which is very handy indeed. So the Subaru, in its defense, it does recuperate a few brownie points. So yeah, so you get a side-on view, which is quite handy if you want to navigate a tight space, or if you want to make sure you're not going to curb the alloys, which is very handy indeed. Then you pop the car back into park, like so. I will turn the engine off for the time being, but we'll just reopen that door because, like I said, it's quite warm today. So yes, so you've got a good amount of kit. You've also got Subaru's famous eyesight system. So this is a very good safety system. So it gives you features such as autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, and a whole host of other features that I must admit I can't remember right here, right now. However, I did do a video with the Subaru XV a few months ago, talking in good length about the Subaru eyesight system. So if you want to learn more about this system and how it works and how well it works, please do check out the video in the top right-hand corner of your screen now. But yes, the eyesight system is fantastic, and on top of that, I also have the Subaru rear vehicle detection system. So basically, I've got blind spot monitoring. So I've got a little light just in that panel here that will flash when, well, it won't flash, it will light up when there's a car in my blind spot, and it will flash when you then indicate. So if you go to change lane when there's a car in your blind spot, it will flash, warning you not to do that. You also get rear cross traffic alert as well. So yes, this car is full to the brim with safety features. One of the safest cars going. So you've also got the some of the buttons down here. So that's for the autonomous emergency braking, That's for the lane departure warning and so forth. And yes, that's for the blind spot monitoring or the rear cross traffic alert. You've also got adaptive cruise control as well. Again, a very handy system. But one thing that I don't quite understand, so you get, you do get a lot of safety features as standard, even on the SE. So you get all of these standard safety features, but you don't get a speed limiter on either trim level, which I do find a little bit weird, because even the most basic of cars nowadays can offer a speed limiter, yet this car doesn't. Quite unusual. You've got an LCD display in the middle of the speedo, in the middle of the instrument cluster. You can change the views like so. You've got some buttons down here. Common autofocus, you can do it. I believe in you. Well, you clearly don't believe in yourself, but you've got buttons here with arrows on them, so you can change the views like so. And it's all quite standard stuff, and you've probably spotted the button down there to reset the trip computer. I've also got front and rear electric windows, but you would expect that. Not only do I have a driver's seat, which is 8-way electronically adjustable. You can save the features there. So if this car will be a family car, which is likely, if you have more than one driver, you can you can save 2 memory functions for the driver's seat, which is quite handy. But anyway, I digress. Not only is the driver's seat 8-way electronically adjustable, but the front passenger seat is as well, which is quite handy. Very good indeed. That is standard for the SE Premium, but not standard for the SE. Another feature you get in this car, as opposed to the SE is the sunroof. So it's not quite a panoramic roof, so it doesn't stretch all the way to the rear of the car, but it's nice on a day like today. So yes, you do get a sunroof as well, which of course opens electronically, but you don't get that for the SE. So yes, this car's got a lot of kit, so much so that I know for a fact I haven't mentioned all of it, but I will continue because time is getting on. So yes, anyway, let's talk about practicality. So the door bins are of a good size. I've got my sports bottle in there with space left over. I've got a few notes for the car. There we go. The door bins are of a decent size. You've got the cubby hole in the middle where you can pop a smartphone or a few smaller items. 2 cup holders in the middle. There we go, pretty standard stuff. A good sized cubby underneath the centre armrest. So you've got one of my ludicrously long USB leads in there. And you've also got a tray as well that you can put some loose change into, which is quite handy. Sunglasses holder, which I hinted at earlier. There we go, just up there. And of course you do get a glove box, which offers a decent amount of space, and the inside of it is lined with fabric, which is a nice touch. Well done, Subaru. Getting a good driving position is easy. The steering wheel adjusts for rake and reach like so, and as I've mentioned, my driver's seat is 8-way electronically adjustable. Right, let's turn the ignition off. The car. Oh, that breeze is nice. And let me show you the rear space. Also get tinted windows as standard, but you also get that on the SE as well. Oh, it's not quite unlocked, so just hit the button there. So as always, the driver's seat has been set for me. I'm 6'2", so I am of course a taller chap. But as you can probably see, I've got a very good amount of space in which to step into. So with that in mind, let me do so. Now, just look at that. So I've got plenty of knee room, and I've got loads and loads of leg room as well. So yes, it's very easy to get comfortable in the back. But what about headroom? Well, let me turn you guys around. Hello. Oh, a little bit dark. There we go. It's a little bit better. So I've got a good amount of headroom. So I think you would have to be quite a tall person. I'm 6'2", so I'm tall anyway. But you'd have to be very tall in order to struggle for space back here. However, could you fit 3 adults in the back? I think it might be a bit of a squeeze. Now, of course, the middle seat is predictably slim, although it's not too slim. However, you do have quite a thick and chunky transmission tunnel running down the middle of the car. So I think 3 adults is maybe doable, but it would be a bit of a squeeze. Now let me talk about practicality in the rear. So the door bins are of a decent size. I can fit a 500 milliliter bottle of drink in here and have space left over for snacks like I did earlier. Got 2 USB ports in the back, which I do really like. It's a thumbs up from me, Subaru. 2 USB ports there. So if your rear passengers want to charge their mobile or their tablet, they can do so. And you've also got an armrest in the middle, which again is pretty practical. It's quite comfortable, and you've got 2 cup holders in there as well. Marvelous. Right, let me step out the car and show you the boot. Now, as standard on the SE Premium, you do get an automatic tailgate. So hit the button like so, and it rises up. You may have noticed there's a tow bar down there as well. In case you want to know, in case you're a keen caravanner or you like towing stuff, the Outback can tow up to 2,000 kilograms. So if you're a keen caravanner, you may want to know. Anyway, back onto the boot. As always, I've got all of my filming crap in there. It is organised chaos. In fact, it isn't even organised chaos, it is simply chaos. But I will cut away to a clip where the boot is empty and you get a better view of it. So this boot offers 559 litres, which, yes, it isn't quite as large as some of its rivals, but I think you'd have to be a little bit of a fool to class it as minuscule. So yes, 559 litres. The opening is nice and wide, it's practical. The load lip is low, which is quite handy, and there's no nasty step into the boot either. Right, so if you want more space, you can of course fold down the 60/40 rear seats to give you 1,848 litres, which I'm sure you'll agree is plenty of space. Very practical indeed. Now, in case you are wondering, you don't get a spare wheel as standard, but you do of course get a tyre repair kit. But what you do get is you get a little hideaway underneath the boot floor. Can't quite lift it up because I've got stuff on top of it. Ugh, use your muscles, Aaron. So as you can see, I've got a few of my other items hidden underneath the boot floor, which is quite handy. Gives you a bit of extra space and extra security as well. So that is pretty handy. Right, and press the button and the tailgate goes down like so. Marvellous. Right, let me finish by talking about the engine. Now, just quickly, I spoke about the specification between the SE and the SE Premium. Well, I touched upon it. To be honest, the difference between the 2 cars isn't really that much, and I've got it wrong. Yep, sorry guys. Originally, I thought the SE Premium only added the sunroof, the larger alloys, and the 8-way electronically adjustable passenger seat. That is true, but I should have also said it adds a larger touchscreen. The SE gets 6.5 inches, not 8. Leather seats, the SE gets fabric seats, memory function for the driver's seat, and the power tailgate. Right, that's that one cleared up. Let me talk you through the engine. So yes, a 2.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol boxer engine, which offers 175 horsepower. Now, from a 2.5 litre engine, you may have been expecting a little bit more, but yes, this is all it has to offer. And in regard to torque, this produces 235 Newton meters. So yes, this car isn't exactly the most powerful. However, would I say it feels gutless? No, it does offer enough power to make the car, not too much of a hindrance to drive. But yeah, I must be honest, this engine does feel a little bit old hat in 2019. Nor do you get a lot of fuel consumption. Now, I will give you the performance stats in a few moments, but as we're talking about fuel consumption, so on a combined run, this offers just 33 mpg. So if you're looking for a green or frugal SUV, you won't find it here. Now, in regard to CO2, this offers 166 grams per kilometre of CO2. However, that's using the old NEDC method of testing. So if we're looking at the new WLTP method, there's a good chance this engine will emit more CO2. Now, I know some of you like to know about the VED costs for the first year. Guys, I will be honest, I don't know that off the top of my head, but look at the bottom of your screen now and you should hopefully see a subtitle. Now, let's go back onto the performance figures. So this car will hit 62 miles per hour in 10.2 seconds, and the top speed is 123 miles per hour. So respectable, but obviously people won't buy this car because of the performance or the power. They buy it because they know Subaru is a brand that is known for being dependable, reliable, tough, rugged, and whatever else you want to use to describe this car. So let me give you one more walk around the car. Now, if there's anything I've missed off, I do apologise. If you have any questions or queries, please don't be afraid to drop a comment or a question in the comment section below. So this car does have a lot of features. So like I said earlier, there is a good chance I've probably missed a few things off. But there would of course be a comprehensive review coming. In fact, that is what I'm filming after I have filmed this video. So be sure to look out for it. If you aren't subscribed, please do so if you want to see this review, and click that bell so you get notified every time I make a video. But yes, there we have it. The updated version of the 5th generation Subaru Outback. I think it's about time for me to end, so I will do so. So I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe and ring my bell so you get notified every time I make a video. And until the next time, keep up the car obsession.